Hello everyone, welcome to the channel where as always we give you that financial education and information. Now in today's video we're going to talk about a line of credit versus a cash value life insurance policy. And I think it's a very fair comparison because when we talk about a cash value life insurance policy, and I'm talking about specifically the one that's designed for infinite banking, it works just like a line of credit. You can use that money over and over again, leverage the cash value you have in your policy, and borrow against it to go do whatever you want, pay it back, and do that over and over. Rinse and repeat. Line of credit works the same way, right? You have what if you have leverage, or if you did an unsecured line of credit, you can use that money, go pay it back, and you get the money to use over again. You get that line back. So they work similar. So what I want to do is talk about is the differences today. Talk about the similarities a little bit and the differences. So let's dive into the line of credit. What do you need to have a line of credit? You need, so we'll talk about line of credit here. You need a good credit score, typically between 680 and above. 680 and above, we'll say, right? Now, depending on the lending environment and the appetite of different banks, that might change. When they're really trying to give out credit, it's lower than that. And when they're really trying to tighten things up, it might be higher. But generally speaking, 680 or better will qualify you, right, to get some credit. All right, so 680 or credit, you need good credit score. What else you need? You need collateral, right? So whether it's a home, that's your collateral, whether it's car, whatever, or you might get an unsecured line of credit. But banks are generally not in a hurry to give you that. They're not, that's not one of the things they like to give out without collateral. Unless it's in the form of a credit card with high interest rate, in that case. But typically, they're not giving unsecured loan unless it's a lower tier amount. But generally speaking, you would need some collateral for a line of credit. Okay, what else do you need? You need income. Income. Now, banks are not interested in taking away your collateral. They have it there just to help out, just to have you have some skin in the game, right? But they don't want to take your house. They don't want to take that. They're in the business of making money. They don't want to own something of yours because now it's their responsibility. They don't want that responsibility, right? So they're in the business of lending. So they want to show that you have some income to back it up. So it does not matter if you have great credit score. It doesn't matter if your house is all paid off, all that. If you have no income coming in to show them, they are not going to give you a line of credit. All right. So you got to show income there. And what else? You need to show a reasonable DTI, right? Typically speaking, 40% is usually the max. Some banks might ask for 32%. They might have different tiers, but typically 40% or under, they want to have that debt to income showing. All right. So let's talk about a cash value life insurance, right? What do you need for that? All right. In terms of credit, no credit needed. You do not need to have credit there. You just need leverage. You need your money, your cash, which is your collateral, which is number 2. I'll put that here. Your cash value is your collateral in this case. But you need no credit, right? You do not need credit. You don't need to prove a credit score. You don't need an application, nothing like that. As long as you have your cash value as your collateral in your policy, you can borrow against that anytime you want, whenever you want, for whatever you want. All right. So that gives you a lot of power and control there. So in terms of income, well, at that point, you don't need to prove income. when you're applying, you might need to prove some things if you're trying to apply for a whole lot of life insurance and they want to make sure that you can afford to have that amount of life insurance when you apply. But once you have the policy, um, whatever you're allowed to have, whatever amount of life insurance allowed to have, you don't need to show prove any of income once you're in, right? So you can borrow against it without showing any income, right? As long as it goes back to number two, as long as you have cash value in there as leverage, you can borrow against that as many times as you want. So you don't need a DTI, right? Again, you don't need to prove any DTI or anything like that, right? You have cash value. Goes back to here. Once you have cash value in that policy, you have power and control. You can do all these different things. So what are some other additional benefits that you have here that you don't have here? This is why I think this is just a supreme vehicle or product, because you also have in a cash value life insurance uninterrupted growth. So your money grows uninterruptedly, okay? So you are not only leveraging that money in there to go do things like you would do with a line of credit, that money's sitting in the policy growing for you. You don't have this over here, okay? You might use cash as leverage over here in the bank and say, okay, I want to put in 100,000 in the savings account and I want a line of credit against that 100,000. You're going to get less than 1% for that, right? Here, you're getting 5% or better, right? Uninterrupted growth of your money. Then, what else you get? You get tax advantages. As little as the bank pays you over here, as little as they pay you, you still got to pay taxes on that, right? You got to pay taxes on your 0.05 interest rate, okay? So no taxes here. You can grow that uninterrupted growth money tax-free, and you can access it tax-free, and when you die and transfer it to your beneficiary, it's tax-free. So it has great tax advantages here. It also has retirement income. You can actually set it up where you have income you cannot outlive. You can have income, you can leverage that cash value and get income from it as long as you live without worrying about it. So you have that over here. You also have a death benefit, and I'll put DB for death. Death benefit is like the icing on the cake. Life insurance is supposed to be about death benefit, but when you have a cash value life insurance designed for infinite banking, you can utilize that so much when you're alive and take advantage of all the living benefits that's available to you. And at the end, you're still going to be able to have a death benefit that you can transfer to your named beneficiary completely tax-free after you have taken advantage of it while you were living. So this is a very superior product. I think it's the best financial vehicle on the market. So that's how it would compare to a line of credit. You can use it just like a line of credit, but it comes with all the extra bells and whistles and all the advantages. And you're able to leverage your money and have it grow in one place and use it. You have the insurance company lend you money to go do other things just like you'd use for a line of credit. I hope it makes sense to you guys. I hope you understand how powerful this vehicle is, and and think about a way if you can utilize it and actually take advantage of it. It's something that's not talked about a lot by most insurance companies because it's mainly about the death benefit there. But here you could actually utilize the living benefit. So I hope you understand how this works. And if you don't, you can always ask a question. I always answer questions. Place a comment. If you find the video helpful or valuable, make sure you like it. It doesn't cost anything to like, so make sure you like it. And share it with someone that you think should know this information as well. And if you haven't already done so, make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so that every time I drop a video, which is usually twice a week, you'll be notified. Until next time, talk to you soon.